Hello. Good evening. I just woke up from a nap and it was fantastic. Also, today was a mix of a day. Just a little bit of some moments were good, some moments were bad, but we're here and I apologize in advance if I break into a southern accent midway through this game. But much without much further ado, we are about to begin playing Nancy Drew, The Secret to Shadow Ranch. I have played this one only once, I believe, but I've played it, had a hand in playing it versus watching somebody play it. That being said, I don't remember much about what happens in the game. I do remember who does it though. And I will not be doing spoilers yet, not until it becomes relevant. But I am still excited, and yeah, I think we should just dive into the mystery. Of course, however, Steam has an update, so it's gonna be a second. So I hope everybody's been having a good day, because that is important. And with that note, excited. All right, let's do this. Let's dive in.
Welcome to my latest case, The Secret
Oh God,
of
it looks
Shadow
different.
Ranch. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview.
This is when it changes the first time. Okay. Bigger screen. Bigger screen. Good to know. Smaller action buttons. Okay, well, we are a senior.
Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch, but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been called away on some kind of emergency. They had Dave Gregory, he's their foreman, pick me up at the airport. He gave me a phone number, told me to call the Raleighs at that number as soon as I got settled in, and refused to tell me anything else. In fact, he barely said 2 words to me the whole ride to the ranch. What's worse, Bess and George aren't here yet, which is very strange, because even though we had to take different flights, we figured we'd get into Phoenix at about the same time. Being here without them feels odd. After all, the Raleighs are their aunt and uncle, not mine. I wouldn't even be here if Bess and George hadn't begged them to invite me out to the ranch for 2 weeks, too. Until about 3 months ago, the Raleighs owned a clothing store. Bess said it was always their dream to sell the store and buy a cattle ranch. I hope they're okay, but frankly, as beautiful as Shadow Ranch is, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this place. Love, Nancy.
All right. The plot thickens. City Slicker's Guide to Ranch Horses, Book 1. It's the 21st century and they still use horses. While much of the work on modern cattle ranch can be done using motorized vehicles, a great deal of it is still best accomplished on horseback. Cowboys can keep track of cattle grazing in rough terrain more easily by riding a horse, which can navigate the same steep rocky gullies that cattle can, than by driving a pickup truck. Cattle tend to accept a horse and rider in their midst more readily than a noisy dirt bike, and jobs like herding and sorting, which require quick changes of direction and speed in order to control the movement of excited, confused, and sometimes just plain stubborn cows and calves, would be all but impossible without a horse. In fact, anyone who has ever watched a good cutting horse at work can't help but wonder if it's the cowboy on its back that is obsolete. Ooh, okay. Though the horses found on working cattle ranches are sometimes called cow ponies, they are not necessarily ponies. A pony is usually defined as a horse that's under 14.2 hands, 58 inches. They are more correctly called stock horses and are most likely to be quarter horses, paint, or a palasusa. That's the word. The quarter horse was developed in 17th century America by colonies looking for horses that could excel in strength short distance races. These quarter-mile horses, which evolved from Arab, Turk, and Barb breeds, were brought over from Europe, were compact, heavy-muscled, even-tempered sprinters. When the pioneers went west, so did the quarter horse, and as cattle ranchers grew in economic importance, the quarter horse, whose ability to start, stop, and turn quickly and to anticipate and thwart the movement of cattle, became an indispensable part of ranch life. Today, this incredibly versatile horse can be seen everywhere, competing in ranch-related events such as cutting and roping events, and as well as refined events such as dressage and show jumping. According to American Quarter Horse Association, founded in 1940 to preserve the breed, a quarter horse can be just about any color from sorrel to buckskin to blue roan, but can only have a white marking on its face and below the knees. That's a lot to read, that I'm not going to read all of it. I was like, how long is this? And it's a lot, but I'm sure I will need to reread this or revisit this again when the time comes. Oh god, the phone.
Hello?
Hi, Bess, it's me. I'm at the ranch. Where are you guys?
Omaha.
Omaha? As in Nebraska?
Our plane had to land here so they could fix some radio problem, and now they're saying... It's Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, George.
Now they're saying we may be here for hours.
Hours? You're kidding.
Who knows what's really going on? Yeah, no one around here ever gives you a straight answer. So what's going on there?
That is a very good question.
Oh my gosh, you've got a mystery to solve, don't you? I can hear it in your voice. What's happened? Tell us.
All I know so far is the Raleighs sent one of their ranch hands to pick me up at the airport instead of meeting my plane themselves.
That is weird. Yeah, that doesn't sound like Uncle Ed and Aunt Bet at all. Are they there at the ranch?
Nope. The ranch hand who picked me up told me I could reach them at this phone number he gave me.
So what'd they say?
I haven't called them yet.
So call them! Yeah, and as soon as you do, call us. We're so bored. George just bought a book on 19th century clothing and accessories.
George did?
It's the only thing in the bookstore here that looked halfway interesting. So if you need to know anything that's even remotely related to 19th century fashion, let us know, okay?
Sounds good to me.
In the meantime, call Uncle Ed and Aunt Bet. I mean, not only have you got our curiosity going, but we're bored, Nancy. Bored!
I hear ya. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
You better.
Alright, well, I guess that's what I will do first then. We'll call the Raleighs. I was like, that's not working. God, it's gonna take me some time to get used to the look of this now.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy Drew.
Nancy! Are you at the ranch?
Yes, and I'm a little concerned that you're not. Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. I mean, it is now. It wasn't last
Hello?
night, of course.
Everything would have been fine last night if you hadn't made such a fuss.
How could I not make a fuss? There was a rattlesnake in our bedroom, for Pete's sake.
Don't tell me you're at the hospital.
Yes, we are. Although I'm only here because Ed's here. He's the patient. I'm just here to keep him company.
You can go home anytime you want.
Oh, someone's got to keep you out of trouble. Next thing I know, you'll be playing with scorpions.
I wasn't playing with that snake. I was trying to shoo it out of the room.
I told Ed to leave it alone and let one of the hands get it out of there, but no, Ed started poking at it with my yardstick, and all of a sudden it leapt up and bit him.
How bad?
Well, his arm swelled up something awful, and he was feeling pretty poorly by the time we finally got him here.
I was fine. She's exaggerating.
Oh, Ed, you wish. Anyway, dear, he's doing much better today, and the doctors think he'll be well enough to go home in a day or so.
I'm well enough to go home right now.
No, you're not. If I don't stay here with him, he'll get up and walk right out that door.
No, I won't.
Oh my god, this relationship is giving me so much mom and dad vibes. Oh my god, that is so cute. It's just the classic old married couple. That's so adorable.
Would you rather that Bess and George and I postpone our visit?
Oh, good heavens, no. I won't hear of it. You're going to go on as if none of this ever happened. You just go get a horse from Tex. He's the head wrangler. And go riding to your heart's content. I told Shorty to go ahead with the cookout I planned for tonight and...
The envelope. Have her take that envelope to Mary.
Oh, good idea. There's an envelope in the roll-top desk in the den marked Mary. If you could ride over to Mary Yazzy's and give it to her, we'd really appreciate it.
I'll do it right away. Did you say I'd have to ride there?
Because of the way the roads are set up around here, it takes longer to drive to her place from the ranch than it does to get there on horseback. Dave will tell you how to get there.
She's gonna have to get the key to the desk from him, too.
Oh, that's right. I always lock the roll top. Dave has the key. Oh, dear. It seems like there was something else I wanted to tell you.
The horse, Bet. Tell her about the phantom horse.
Did he say phantom horse?
Yes. You see, last night we...
Hello, Mr. Raleigh. Time for those tests.
Uh-oh. We have to go. Don't worry about us, dear. You just go have fun. Just be sure to wear a hat and drink plenty of water. It's gonna be another hot one. Bye!
No, wait. Just tell me about the... phantom horse?
Yeah, you know, Nancy, phantom horse, ghost dogs. Paint dries in record time due to record heat. Local science teacher spends days watching paint dry. Says it's the most excitement he's had in years. Inside, Burnett Spamwinkle wins the tumbleweed crusty chitlins chili cook-off. Schwarzer abducted from backyard owner believes aliens did it. Makes sense. Prickly Pear defeats Gunky Geckos. Head to playoffs. Interesting. Well, Arizona. It's hot. It's hot here. Well, blankets. That won't be necessary. Ooh.
Something goes here.
Something's missing. Oh yeah, she called Bess and George. They said to call him back, so I'll call him back. I'm respecting the wishes. Am I making phone calls instead of exploring immediately? Absolutely.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic messaging service.
I'll call back later.
Well, dang. I guess it's like, no, Amanda, don't call them back immediately. Alright. Well, Nancy's going, Books. Books. These are definitely the same books that were in the bookshelf in the boat. I'm not just saying that either. I am... Oh, this is book 2. Oh. Look at me, I'm all excited. Oh, it's book number 2. I mean, horses are cool. To bet. Like went through hearts to bet. Oh, ain't that the cutest thing? Oh man. But yeah, no, these are the exact same books from the bookshelf that I had to sort, which is just hilarious to me. Especially that one. Okay, I don't understand why I can look at this one. But here we are.
Frances Humber. Wonder who she was.
Oh, don't you know?
Phoenix and surrounding areas will be hot and dry today, with temperatures expected to reach the mid-90s by 5 this afternoon. After that, temperatures will begin to drop, with a nighttime low in the mid-60s. Most areas to the south and west of Phoenix can expect more heat for the next several days, while areas to the north and east should also expect rapidly developing thunderstorms. So if you're going to be hiking, biking, camping, or horseback riding, be aware that sudden downpours and flash floods are always a possibility at this time of year, and don't go into the wilderness areas unprepared.
We've got several livestock auctions in the area tonight and tomorrow.
Phoenix and surrounding...
We've got several live...
don't need that right now.
Just saying, Nancy, you should always have a weapon on you. You never do, but you always should. Oops, shit. Am I gonna be cooking in this one? Disappeared like I'll be cooking in this one.
Hey, you must be Nancy. I'm the cook, Shorty Thurmond. Welcome to Shadow Ranch. Come on over here and tell me about yourself. You have talked to the Rawleys, right?
I have, and I still can't believe what happened to Ed.
That is creepy, isn't it? But the horse, that was even creepier. See, I was just about to crawl into bed last night when all of a sudden this glowing horse comes galloping up outside. It stops and rears and paws, whinnying and snorting. Then it just wheels around and gallops off into the night. It was Dirk Valentine's horse, you know. Now it's a phantom.
A phantom horse?
Dirk Valentine was an outlaw around here back in the 1880s. Legend has it he was in love with Frances Humber. She lived right here on Shadow Ranch. Unfortunately, her daddy was the sheriff.
Something tells me this story does not have a happy ending.
Because of him, Valentine was captured and eventually hanged. Ever since, the ghost of his horse has been roaming the desert, cursing whoever sees him with bad luck.
What a great story.
Story? All I know is Ed Raleigh sees the horse, and what happens less than 2 minutes later? He gets bit by a rattlesnake. You do the math.
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime. Hey, you're crowding me here, Nancy. I need elbow room when I cook.
Sorry.
Do you, Shorty? Do you? But I am a senior detective, so I don't need a to-do list. At least Nancy doesn't write in cursive.
You talked to the Raleighs?
I sure did. Do you think Ed's gonna be all right?
He'll be okay. Getting bit by a rattler's no picnic, but it sounds like he's out of the woods.
Shorty told me about the phantom horse that appeared just before it happened. Did you see it too?
It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Guess you're gonna be asking me a lot of questions, huh?
I'm sorry. Am I bugging you?
The Raleighs said you were a detective.
Amateur detective. It's just kind of a hobby.
I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. We were short a couple hands to begin with, and now with the Raleighs gone and everybody on edge over what happened last night, well, this is not a good time to be visiting Shadow Ranch, that's all.
How do you think that rattlesnake wound up in the Raleigh's bedroom?
Probably crawled in through a mouse hole sometime during the day and took a nap. Nighttime's when they're most active. Something the Raleighs found out the hard way.
Has anything like that ever happened here before?
Not since I've been here.
The Raleighs asked me to take something out to Mary Yazie's, but it's in the den in the roll-top desk, which is locked. They said you had the key?
Sure do. They gave me their key ring at the hospital.
Great, thanks.
To get to Mary's shop, just follow the trail that goes northeast out of the corral. Can't miss it. And I should probably warn you, she doesn't like the Raleighs.
Why not?
No idea. Not really any of my business.
I talked to my friends, Bess and George. Their plane's been delayed. They aren't sure when they're going to get here.
Sorry to hear that. Well, to be honest, I'm not, really. Driving back and forth to the airport takes a lot of time, and time's one thing we're all running kind of short of around here.
I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it.
I agree, Lindsay. As of right now, the accent is not good. Definitely not the sexiest voice in the series. Chickens. It's just a straight up chicken coop.
Well, hello there. You got some friends back there?
Bob, Clyde,
Hi there.
Ace.
You two aren't too shabby looking either.
These are horses.
So which one are you?
The nice one?
The Raleigh said they were going to be inviting some young ladies out here. I take it you're one of them.
I'm Nancy Drew. My two friends haven't arrived yet.
Why not?
Their plane was delayed. They'll be here as soon as they can.
I brought 3 horses in this morning. Hardly fair to keep them tied up all day if nobody's going to ride them.
That's true. I was gonna say, that is rather unfortunate.
So you're in charge of the horses?
I'm the head wrangler. You want to ride, you come to me. You prove to me you know what you're doing, I may just let you.
Did you see the phantom horse last night?
I saw something. Just what? I still ain't sure. Now, if you want to ride, listen up. First thing you're gonna do is never ride unless you're wearing a hat and gloves. And unless you got a full canteen of water. You can wear that hat over there. It's Mrs. Raleigh's. Got a helmet built right in. Her gloves are on the saddle you'll be using, and you can get a canteen from Shorty. Then you're gonna saddle and bridle your horse. No need to brush him. I do that when I bring him in. Then you're gonna lead him to the mountain block in the corral and mount up. Then I'm gonna ask you some questions. You can't ride outside the corral till you get all the answers right.
Once I pass your test, can I ride any time I want?
Long as you talk to me first. When you're done riding, you're gonna dismount, hook your horse up, take the saddle and bridle off and put him back where you got him. Always keep your gloves with your saddle.
Which horse would you like me to ride?
The bay over there. Name's Bob. If you get off when you're on the trail, don't tie your reins to nothing. Just drop 'em. And barring an earthquake or something, old Bob will stay put.
Talk to you later.
No hurry.
Jesus, his voice is almost on the verge of ASMR, but it also gives you that creepy chill on the back of your spine. Like, that character is built to be creepy. Oh, God. There's a lot of information and I'm immediately overwhelmed. Oh my god, sorry, my ear's itching. Ow.
Better not go messing around in there.
This is so interesting. So that's how I'm gonna measure the food. This is how. Okay. I'm gonna get put to work, aren't I?
No sense going in there without a horse to ride.
Okay, it's interesting that I can go in here, but there's nothing that I can apparently look at. Digging this music, though.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
How long have you worked here?
About as long as the Raleighs have lived here. About 3 months, I guess. I was their first hire. First me, then Tex, then Shorty.
That Shorty sure likes to talk, doesn't he?
He does his job and he does it good. Far as I'm concerned, that's all that's important.
I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it.
It's gonna take some getting used to.
Hey there, Nancy. Man, I wish the Raleighs were here.
Me too. It'll be nice to talk to them in person.
I'm really looking forward to you and me sitting down and having a nice conversation. Especially with all the weird stuff that's going on. I'm so busy getting all their chores done in addition to my own that I barely have time to talk to myself, let alone to you. Enough of me complaining. What's up?
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime.
Drop by anytime.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime.
Still fixing up the front porch. Use back, Dave. I got the key.
The Raleighs sold a trunk full of junk to Mary Yazzie.
Convenient. I like taking things. To Ed and Bet Raleighs, just because you fire me, don't make another mistake and think that you've heard the last of me, because you haven't. We all know that I deserve a second chance. Letting me go without giving me one was just plain wrong.
Sounds like this Jane Nash person has it out for the Raleighs.
In fact, know what your problem is? You don't believe in justice. But see, I do. That's the way my brother and I were raised. Justice always prevails, although sometimes it needs a little help. You'll see. Jane Nash. Creepy.
Hello?
Hi, guys.
So what Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed say?
Get this. Last night, Uncle Ed and Aunt Bet found a rattlesnake in their room.
Oh my gosh! Are they okay?
Well, actually, it bit Uncle Ed.
Is he all right?
He will be. Right now, he's in the hospital. He'll probably be there for a day or two. Aunt Bet's staying with him.
Oh my gosh!
And apparently a phantom horse showed up at just about the same time as that snake.
A phantom horse? Of all the times to get stranded in some stupid airport. Look, you just better keep us posted, Nancy Drew. That's all I gotta say.
Apparently last night, this glowing horse came galloping up out of nowhere, caused a huge commotion, then went galloping off and disappeared.
It was glowing?
Evidently, it was pretty spooky.
You're there investigating phantom horses, and what are we doing? A big fat nothing. That does it, George. We're suing the airline.
I want a glowing horse. Don't we all? Don't we all? That would be pretty sick, though.
The cook, Shorty Thurmond, he says the phantom horse belonged to this outlaw named Dirk Valentine, who was hanged back in the 1880s.
Is this Valentine guy a phantom too?
I don't think so.
Well, how come his horse got to become a phantom and he didn't? Bess, phantoms don't really exist, okay?
According to legend, seeing the horse is bad luck.
I believe it. I mean, look at what happened to the guy who owned him.
Don't you think it's kind of odd how that rattlesnake showed up in the Raleigh's bedroom right after that phantom horse showed up outside?
You don't buy that it was an unfortunate coincidence?
I think it was more like a well-planned distraction.
So, you're saying someone used the horse to lure everyone outside, then put the snake in their room, knowing no one would be watching?
It's possible, don't you think?
But if you're right, it means someone wants to hurt Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed. Oh my gosh! If you're right, it means that someone is on the ranch.
And whoever it is must be working with an accomplice. You know, someone to wrangle the horse.
So everyone there is a suspect.
That's right.
Well, you don't have to sound so happy about it.
That's it for now.
2 words, Nancy. Call us!
Barrel bending. Interesting. Dang. Hold up. Dang it, Nancy. How does one saddle a horse?
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Nope. With the Raleighs gone, the ranch is real short-handed. Before you ride, you're gonna have to go see if Shorty's got any chores that need doing. Gotta get a canteen from him anyway.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Well, we're riding nowhere right now.
Tex said to put the saddle and bridle back where I got it.
Yeah. Saddle and bridle back where I found it. Right now, we're riding straight to Choreland. Choreland, USA.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Tex said I should get a canteen from you and see if there are any chores you'd like me to do.
Music to my ears. First thing you can do for me is go out to the garden and pick all the ripe vegetables. You know what ripe vegetables look like, don't you?
No, but don't worry, I'll find out.
Good, because if you pick vegetables that aren't ripe yet, I'll be real ticked. You can put them in the vegetable basket that's hanging outside. And one more thing. Sometime today, I need you to build a cooking fire in the pit outside. I'll light it when I'm ready to start cooking. And be sure to fill the bucket out there with water and leave it by the pit. You know, just in case something catches on fire that isn't supposed to. The Raleighs wanted to have a cookout tonight, and by golly, we're gonna have a cookout no matter who is or isn't here.
Well, I'd better get going.
Drop by anytime. Hey, you're crowding me here, Nancy. I need elbow room when I cook.
Sorry.
I need the basket. Where do I get the basket? I also need to figure out how to know fruit are ripe and which fruit aren't ripe and... Now, Tex does not want to have fun. Tex is all about getting stuff done and being a grump, apparently. Alright, he said the vegetable basket is somewhere. I don't see it currently, but I will find it, I suppose. Also, is there a book on fruit/vegetable ripeness? I mean, I kinda know for some, but not for all kinds of fruit. Is it on my phone? That is an excellent question. Alright, first urgent. Call us as soon as you can now, pronto, immediately. LOL. Well, I already have, and... Ooh. Scorpions. Because this is what a web browser looks like, right? Alright, so that's about cacti. Arizona. It does not appear that it is on my phone. That was a good guess. Is it in one of these books? No, this is the book that just signed. I don't know who Charlene is. I don't know why I can know who Charlene is. Okay, that's good to know. Where is the basket? Didn't he say where the basket was?
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
Not yet.
I need those vegetables, Nancy.
I need you to calm down.
I shouldn't pick any vegetables until I have something to put them in.
It's hanging by the door. Alright, let's go back in. No. Outside, hanging by the door. Outside, hanging by... Ah!
My antiperspirant's going to get a workout today.
Okay, that is not hot. I've seen temperatures here. Just so we are clear, I've seen temperatures right here. So that's not hot. Okay, I got the basket. I got the basket, everybody. Okay, now if I look at my phone... No. Ah, okay. Harvesting vegetables. Early cow, wonder, Rumian rainbow, snap beans, dry beans. Okay, so beef stack. Red when white. Red when ripe. Golden queen. Orange and yellow when ripe. Okay, so black turtle. Snap beans. Beans that are meant to be eaten pod and are called snap beans because they are ready to eat. The pods snap easily when bent. Some varieties grow like a bush, others vine and can be trained to grow up a pole or trellis. Ripe beans should be pinched and cut off the plants, not pulled. The more beans you pick, the more beans the plant will produce, so harvest them frequently, daily if necessary. In the picture below, the beans on the left are unripe, beans in the middle are ripe, the beans on the middle and the beans on the right are overripe. Popular varieties include the dry bean, can't tell. Northern Lights. Couldn't get the normal names, could we? Northern Light, bicolored, wouldn't right. Bicolor, wouldn't right. Gold and white, wouldn't right. So these guys will be bicolored. What did it say about the old ivory egg? It said the old ivory... shit. Old ivory egg is golden white when ripe. Golden white. Those kind of all look golden white though, is the thing. And then the remain, no. Right. And then those are overripe. Wow, okay, so black turtle and what? I'm like so overthinking this, but I'm just like, I don't want to be Romano and Ungold. So these are all good then, right? Like... Nah! So they look like snappy. Dry beans are raised for their seeds. The pods and beans are allowed to dry in the plant until the pods are crisp, and seeds beans within are hard and rattle in their pods. Because a bean plant stops producing, if its pods are allowed to reach maturity, picking dry beans will not result in production of more beans. In the picture above, the pod on the left is unripe. The pod in the middle is ready for... Wait. The pods in the middle is ready for harvesting, and the beans on the right are what's inside in a ripe pod. Okay. Okay, so it's unripe, and that one's ready for harvesting when it comes to the black turtle. So none of these are ready for harvesting. Shit. Did not mean to pick that.
It's so hot, I should get these vegetables into Shorty right away.
Pick those vegetables for me yet?
You betcha.
Oh no, you got stuff in here that isn't ripe yet. Picking stuff before it's ripe is a waste of perfectly good food. So don't do it again, you hear? Now, second thing I need you to do for me is take this, go out to the chicken coop and fill it up with eggs. Just be careful of that basket. It's kinda old. And don't forget to build me that campfire like I asked.
You got it.
I know I was overthinking, and I still wound up picking something that wasn't ripe by accident.
Wonder who wrote this.
LLWI Dean Aromo. Weird.
This must be where Shorty wants me to build a campfire.
Correct.
Hmm.
Is that enough timber? Oh, so is that timber? I thought that's kindling. Or do I need both? Like, there's like little sticks, and then there's big sticks, and then there's
Not
paper.
yet.
Okay, yeah. I need like a tent, like a paper tent.
Something goes here.
Alright. Do I go back to the... Is there more eggs? I keep going in here. No, I don't want to go in there. I want to go in here. Oh, timber. I mean, kindling. Haha. No, 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 no. Okay. How many eggs did he say I needed to get? I mean, I have some.
I'd better take these eggs to Shorty before I drop them or something.
Alright, Nancy.
Got those eggs for me?
Right here.
Good for you. Anything I can do for you now?
Do you think I could get a canteen of water from you?
Got one right here. You're good to go.
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger. Hey, you're crowding me here, Nancy. I need elbow room when I cook.
Sorry.
Way more little sticks. Okay, paper from inside, so I figured I could get paper from the desk, right? I got more little sticks. It's good for you. So I know it's like, good for you. I'm so proud that you're able to do this very simple task of grabbing eggs. Alright, so I guess this isn't the place to grab paper from. That's fine. Just use the books. Oh, duh.
Bank robbers?
Denny bank robber is spotted at local gas station. Clerk's description of clothing, car, green tinted glasses matches that of the winners of $100,000 heist. Ooh. Sorry. Ugh. Water break. I was like, I looked at these newspapers earlier, like, ooh, fascinating, and I completely forgot about their existence. You know how that goes, right? So my post-nap brain is just short-circuiting a little bit.
So far, so good. I need more kindling.
Alright, so I need more little sticks. Fine. More little sticks. Is that enough sticks now?
So far, so good. I need more kindling.
Fine, Nancy. Hopefully you'll tell me when you have a sufficient amount of kindling. Casually looking for some sticks, anybody? You have some sticks over here? Some sticks? Go for some sticks.
Need something?
May I go riding now?
Yep, if you got everything I told you need, and you think you know your stuff when it comes to horses, old Bob's all yours.
Talk to you later.
Yahoo!
I'm definitely gonna fail this quiz, but we're gonna give it our best shot. That way I can take a break from the sticks.
Come on, Bob.
Whoops.
I better try that again. Come on, Bob. I'm ready.
Ready for some questions?
I think so.
Where's a horse's hocks?
Just above its hooves.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
Where's a horse's frog?
On the bottom of its hoof.
That's 1 out of 10.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
55 inches.
Nope.
Damn it.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
A Paso Fino is a paint horse.
A paint horse.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
How can you tell if a horse is colicky?
Shh, I think it's this one.
It keeps lying down, then standing up.
2 out of 10. Got a long way to go.
Ask me something else.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
Bay and a chestnut.
A bay has black points.
3 down, 7 to go.
Okay. Whew.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Sioux.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
What part of a horse is most likely to be hurt when it founders?
When it founders... Its feet.
Its feet.
That's 4 right.
Okay.
Ask me something else.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The stirrup.
The stirrup.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
What is a mule?
Okay, so it's an offspring of a...
The offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
That's 5. You're halfway there.
Ask me something else.
Where's a horse's hocks?
Its hocks are... Its back legs.
On its back legs.
Bingo. That was number 6.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
5 feet.
5 feet.
7 down. You're in the home stretch.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
It is a...
A draft horse.
Nope.
Damn.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
A quarter horse.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
A gaited horse.
8 right. Just 2 to go.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
The Navajo.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
The Nez Perce.
This here's your final question.
Ready.
I'm ready.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The cantle.
Nope.
Ask me something else.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The cinch.
Well, you answered all the questions right. And I can tell by the way you sit, you ain't gonna go falling off for no good reason. So you're free to ride outside the corral. Just don't go galloping all over the place. Because if you bring old Bob back all hot and sweaty, you can kiss your cowgirl days at Shadow Ranch goodbye.
Huzzah.
Okay, Bob. What do you say we do some sightseeing?
I remember it taking me a lot longer to get out onto the ranch. I mean, out onto the horse.
That trunk looks really old.
So that's the trunk that she bought off them. Cool.
Tuning forks. Cool.
Oh god. Help the runner get to the hole before the coyote catches it. Okay. Shit. Shit. was tough. That was tough. Okay, thank God. I was about to say, if there's another one, I'm gonna lose it.
An old token. Or something.
I did it, guys. Charlene Purcell, highly successful romance novelist Charlene Purcell, will be touring the Southwest this summer. A meticulous, tireless researcher, Miss Purcell knows more about what went on in the 19th century Arizona than do most historians. I invite her to speak in front of your favorite organization and hear firsthand how she puts together her wonderfully detailed, emotionally rich works of fiction. Book her today. Call 917-555-0962. Is that a phone number that I can I'm just gonna write that down. You know what? You know me and writing down phone numbers. I can't not write down a phone number when I see one. I just have to. Nine 1-7-5-5-5-7-9-6-2. Good stuff.
What a beautiful horse.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, are you Mary Yazzie?
That's me. I didn't hear a car. Did you hike in or come by horse?
Bob brought me. He's a horse. My name's Nancy.
So where are you staying?
With Ed and Elizabeth Raleigh. In fact, I have something for you. Bet wanted me to give you this.
Great. I want to buy a small piece of property from them. It must be their response.
Bad news?
They rejected my offer. Well, I guess that's that. But as long as you're here, look around. All the jewelry you see, all the rugs, the beadwork, the pottery, they were all made by local artists, including yours truly. So if you want to know something, especially if you want to know how much something is, just ask.
Is that you riding that beautiful Palomino in the picture over there?
That's my horse Banner. I train him myself.
You train horses?
Just on the side. Someday I'd like to do it professionally, but it would take money to get started. And money is one thing I'm not very good at making.
Aww.
Are there many petroglyphs around here?
If you take the trail to Cougar Bend, there are hundreds. A lot of them were probably made by the Anasazi. They lived in the area until about 700 years ago, when they just suddenly picked up and left.
I won something that looks like a token when I played that game over there. What is it?
They actually used those for something back in the 1880s, but I don't know what.
Is that old trunk over there the one you bought from the Raleighs?
Yeah, they didn't want much for it, so I took it off their hands. Problem is, I still don't know what's in it because I can't figure out how to open it.
May I take a closer look at it?
Sure.
It was great talking to you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Would you mind if I try to get this open?
Please do. In fact, if you get it open, I'll let you keep something from it. You can have your pick.
Here lies Charlie, best mule, whatever lived, never kept me, kicked me or nothing. Aw. I mean, honestly, what more can you ask of a mule? A mule that doesn't kick you. What a concept.
Better not leave old Bob behind.
Bob now, would we?
I think I'll let Bob do the walking.
What a great name for a horse. Bob. Bob the horse. Can't go wrong with a Bob horse. Ooh, spooky. Don't know why I'm collecting these things, but hey, why not? So why is the music spooky? Indeed, Nancy. Indeed. Hi, Bob. Hello, Bob. Ooh, very cool.
I need a rope.
I need a rope. Shadow Ranch, we have returned. Now, what?
All right, that's it. If you don't know enough to take the saddle and bridle off your horse before you go traipsing off, you don't deserve a horse. No more riding for you, sister.
Alright, my bee. Well, looks like the saddle's been taken off, so we are good to go. Wait, did I, like, lose everything that I did there? Hold up. No, I lost everything I did there? Wait, hold on a second.
Come on, Bob. Good boy. I'm ready.
Oh my god, I have to do all of this again! No!
Ready for some questions?
Oh my god, alright. This is ridiculous and I'm upset.
I think so.
Where's a horse's hocks?
On its back legs.
That's 1 out of 10.
Ask me something else.
Where's a horse's frog?
On the bottom of its hoof.
2 out of 10. Got a long way to go.
Ask me something else.
How tall is a horse that's 15 hands?
5 feet.
3 down, 7 to go.
Ask me something else.
What kind of a horse is a Paso Fino?
A gaited horse.
That's 4 right.
Ask me something else.
How can you tell if a horse is colicking?
It keeps lying down, then standing up.
That's 5.
I'm actually very upset right now.
What's the difference between a bay and a chestnut?
A bay has black points.
Bingo. That was number 6.
Ask me something else.
What tribe bred the first Appaloosas?
The Nez Perce.
7 down. You're in the home stretch.
Ask me something else.
What part of a horse is most likely to be hurt when it founders?
Its feet.
8 right. Just 2 to go.
Ask me something else.
What part of the saddle should you always check before you head out on the trail?
The cinch.
This here's your final question.
I'm ready.
What is a mule?
The offspring of a female horse and a male donkey.
Well, you answered all the questions right. And I can tell by the way you sit,
At least I
you
was
ain't
able to
gonna go
remember all
falling
those.
off for no good reason. So you're free to ride outside the corral. Just don't go galloping all over the place. 'Cause if you bring old Bob back all hot and sweaty, you can kiss your cowgirl days at Shadow Ranch goodbye.
I am very
okay,
upset.
Bob, what do you say we do some sightseeing?
I am very upset right now. I literally, because I did take the saddle off, I have to do all of this over again. I'm gonna save this time. I'm literally gonna save this time, but now I am... No, I haven't saved at all, so like I literally shot myself in the foot. Literally, because now I have to do this.
That trunk looks really old.
Alright, now I just gotta make sure I see all this stuff again. I am upset.
Tuning forks. Cool.
I am upset right now. I have never seen a game do this before either, which is why I'm like I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. All I'm saying is I'm just a little bit like I'm kind of surprised I broke the game that badly.
Beautiful horse.
Yeah, so that's a little bit upsetting, but hey, now that we've okay. Shadow again is what I'm gonna because I literally okay, it's fine. I literally have never experienced this before, and I'm okay, but I have to do this again. And you know what? It's okay. Because we did it once, it means we can do it again, right? Man. What a wild turn of events. Oh my god, I'm actually so shook right now. Okay. Come on, follow me. Follow me. Alright, how did I do this one again? That is the question. Shit. Yeah, Tex was so mad he made me redo everything. Apparently, he's like, how dare you? How dare you not do the undoing of the bridle on the horse? Truthfully, honestly, blasphemy. Blasphemy on me, blasphemy on the cow, blasphemy on the horse. Just honest to God blasphemy. Come on. There we go. Come on, follow me. Shit. You son of a bitch. How did I do this? I did it. God damn it. I knew I went up. Fucking wolf, man. Coyote. Motherfucker. Well, that didn't work. How dare I put the horse, walk away without putting the horse's saddle back on? I truly am the worst human being. And this is my purgatory, is doing this puzzle for an eternity. I shall never repent for my sins. I thought Bob was fine. Bob was having a good time. Bob was just chilling. Bob wasn't even mad at me. Bob was like, you know what, this is fine. We is forgiven. I don't think this is the way I did it before, but I got it to work. So you know what? That is all that matters. Huzzah. Jesus Christ. Can I get my coin back?
An old token. Or something.
I'm saving again. I'm saving again. I will not be doing that puzzle twice. I mean, sorry, excuse me. 3 times.
Hi, can I help you?
You know what? We could do it where we do the opposite
My name's Nancy Drew.
interactions.
We're staying at Shadow Ranch.
I'm Mary Yazzie. I heard what happened last night. Tough break for the Raleighs. Getting that place going has been a real struggle for them.
How did you hear about it?
Word gets around.
You probably know everyone in the valley, don't you? Oops, I almost forgot. Bet wanted me to give you this.
Great. I want to buy a small piece of property from them. It must be their response.
Still yeets it? Yeet!
Bad news?
They rejected my offer. Well, I guess that's that. But as long as you're here, look around. All the jewelry you see, all the rugs, the beadwork, the pottery, they were all made by local artists, including yours truly. So if you want to know something, especially if you want to know how much something is, just ask.
I won something that
I
looks
wish
like
there was like a way to
token
skip
when I
through
played
the
that game over
dialogue.
there.
You know, like
What
just
is
like
it?
speed
They
click.
actually used those for something back in the 1880s, but I don't know
But
what.
alas,
You
no.
writing that beautiful
So I'm just
Palomino in the
gonna
picture over there?
click
That's
through
my
everything
horse
again.
Banner. I train him myself.
What else can he do?
Anything I ask. He and I are both pretty talented.
Aw, that's cute.
Is that old trunk over there the one you bought from the Raleighs?
Yeah, they didn't want much for it, so I took it off their hands. Problem is, I still don't know what's in it because I can't figure out how to open it.
May I take a closer look at it?
Sure.
Are there many petroglyphs around here?
If you take the trail to Cougar Bend, there are hundreds. A lot of them were probably made by the Anasazi. They lived in the area until about 700 years ago, when they just suddenly picked up and left.
It was great talking to you.
Catch you later.
Okay.
Would you mind if I try to get this open?
Please do. In fact, if you get it open, I'll let you keep something from it. You can have your pick.
Alright, so we need to figure this out still. We had our conversation. Sounds good. Sounds legit.
Maybe that heart design is some kind of clue.
E-H-A-H. Maybe. Maybe it is, Nancy.
The initials on this trunk. Whose are they? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Charlena. It's a cute name. Okay. Now I gotta grab all those frickin' rocks again. No. Well, what are they called? Arrowheads.
Better not leave old Bob behind.
Never. Never in a million years would I leave old Bob behind. Yep. Tragedy. Tragedy! When you break the game by accident, it's tragedy. When you gotta find everything you found the first time again, it is quite sad. I don't think Bob would leave me. I would never leave him. And I would like to believe.
Why walk when I can ride?
I guess when you put it that way, Nancy. But I'm just saying.
Heck, why walk when I can ride?
Can we ride that way? I don't think so. Alright. Did I recollect all of the arrowheads? I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh no, there's a snake in my boot. Hey, Sparkly Kiss, welcome back. I broke the game, fun fact. I already did all this, but then I forgot to take the saddle off the horse. And then I have to do it again, apparently. So, you know, leave it to me to find game redoing glitches. Oh, man. Suffering in Shadow Ranch. An autobiography. Oh, man.
I need a rope.
Petroglyphs. Fascinating petroglyphs. Like, I don't know if there's something Nancy needs to see that will trigger something. That's why I'm just re-clicking on everything. You never know what Nancy needs to see in this scenario. The good news is I'm a speedrunner now. Speedrunner of The Secret of Shadow Ranch. Oh man. Okay. Is that an arrowhead? Did I find all the arrowheads? I'm gonna say yes. Okay. That was the Cougar Bend. Let's go back to Shadow Ranch. And this time, everybody, we will not forget to take the saddle off the horse and put it back in the thingy. We won't do that. We will remember these things because I am a genius and I don't want to do that again. Alright, good job. Good job, Bob. Bob, I release you of your harness. I release you of your harness. What happened was I got yelled at by Tex, and then the game reset to this location, and I had to do the 10-question quiz again. I had to go back to do all the exploring that I did, and yeah, honestly, it was quite the tragedy. Good news is I know Tex, he kinda did me dirty. He did me real dirty. Yeah. I mean, I learned my lesson. Oh my god, you can kill the horse? Don't tell me that! Oh my god, that's so sad! How do you kill the horse? Oh my god. Tex, are we cool now? Oh god, I feed the wrong food and kill it. Oh, that's so sad.
You still here?
You sound surprised.
You and your friends, if they ever show up, you ain't gonna last more than 3 days out here.
I'll get to that in a second. Okay, well, I'll make sure to know my fractions, everybody. I mean, it's been a minute since I took a math class, but hopefully, I mean, hey, I was gonna order pizza tonight, so maybe when I order my pizza, Tex is literally a killer. Yeah, a killer of my fucking progress. Oh, man. You ain't gonna last more than 3 days out here.
Well, I hope you like surprises, Tex, because you're in for one.
City folk can't take living out here. Too rugged, too much work, too dangerous.
He really does. He holds it like he's gonna, like, shoot me any second. Oh, man.
I need a rope. Do you think I could borrow yours?
Nope.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Just stay out of trouble.
Just stay out of trouble. Alright, I'm leaving now. You aren't gonna yell at me. Thank God. Thank God. Just for precaution, saving again. Don't trust anything.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Appreciation. Okay, did I ever get enough kindling? I feel like I never got enough kindling for the fire, and I feel like Shorty's gonna get mad at me if I haven't had the fire built yet. So, I need to make sure I get that. Sticks. I need some sticks. Can I have some sticks, please? I would like a stick. Can I get a stick? Alright, I'm gonna call some people then.
Hello?
Hey, Bess.
Nancy, our link to the world of excitement and intrigue and decent food. What's the latest?
I finally went for a trail ride.
You went horseback riding?
I rode to this store that this woman named Mary Yazzie owns. She seems to have a bit of an attitude problem when it comes to the Raleighs. Apparently, she wants to buy some land from the Raleighs that they don't want to sell.
What's on the property?
I don't know. I should probably call the Raleighs and ask them.
Good idea. And the sooner the better.
That's it for now.
Have fun. Wish you were here. Kidding.
Alright, call the Raleighs.
Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy again.
Hi, Nancy. It's Nancy.
I can hear that.
How is Mr. Raleigh doing?
Let's get something straight right now. Even though we're Bess and George's aunt and uncle and not yours, I want you to call us Aunt Bet and Uncle Ed too. Got that?
All right.
Good. Now, what was the question?
How is Uncle Ed doing?
Well, he's running a slight fever, so the doctors are a little concerned.
Oh, I'm fine.
They're going to keep him here overnight, just to make sure he isn't developing some kind of infection. Oh, but enough about us. How are you doing?
I delivered that envelope to Mary Yazzie like you asked. She seemed a little upset when she read that you'd turned her down.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint her, but if we sell that property to her, it would send a signal to other would-be buyers that we're interested in selling the ranch off bit by bit, and we're not.
What does she want the property for?
I have no idea. The parcel she wants to buy is nowhere near her store, and there's nothing but rocks on it. Maybe someone else there at the ranch knows, but we sure don't.
I heard about the phantom horse. Was last night the first time it showed up?
I know, right?
As far as I know. It was the strangest thing. Shorty kept babbling about how it was the ghost of the horse that belonged to some outlaw.
Dirk Valentine?
But that was right after Ed got himself bit, and we were all running around trying to get him into the truck to take him to the hospital, and I really wasn't paying much attention.
Do you have any idea where the horse came from?
None whatsoever. She wants to know where that phantom horse came from.
I was hoping she could tell us.
You're the detective, dear. If you want to snoop around and see what you can find out about that creature, by all means, please do.
Why do you have a painting of Francis Humber?
I just thought it would give the den some character, that's all. I found it in the tack room under a pile of junk.
So the former owners left behind a lot of stuff?
I swear, it's like no one who lived at Shadow Ranch ever bothered to take their things with them when they left. When we moved in, the place was literally full of junk.
What did you do with it?
I sold most of it to Mary Yazzie. She gets a lot of antique collectors in her store. Some things I kept, like Francis's favorite recipes.
And that ridiculous blanket chest. You insisted on keeping that.
Oh, yes, and I kept that triangular-shaped chest in the den. It used to belong to Merrill Humber. He was Francis's father. And I figured since I was keeping that picture of Francis, it was only fair that I keep something of his.
What kind of logic is that?
Oh, hush.
It doesn't look like
The best
Bess and George
marriage.
are going to get here today.
That's too bad. Why not?
Their plane had to land in Omaha because of mechanical problems. They don't know when they'll be taking off.
So, you'll have all those cowboys to yourself for a while. That Dave is pretty cute.
Dave's okay, but Tex is a different story.
That man scared the bejeepers out of me when he came in to interview. But he kind of grows on you, and he takes real good care of the horses.
I'll be in touch.
We'll be right here. Bye.
I know, right?
Purcell's office.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. May I please speak to Miss Purcell?
Concerning?
I'm staying at a ranch in central Arizona, and since she knows so much about the history of Arizona, I thought maybe she could answer some questions for me.
Questions concerning?
Well, I came across a very old trunk that might contain stuff that has to do with these people named Dirk Valentine and Francis Humber. Only I can't open it.
Did you say Dirk Valentine?
And his girlfriend, Francis Humber, yes.
Huh.
Thank you for holding, and thank you for calling the office of Charlena Purcell. Miss Purcell's latest novel, Like Wind Through My Heart, was an instant bestseller. And like so many of her novels, it recently received the Catherine Coop Award for Historical Excellence. Reading a Charlena Purcell novel is like traveling through time to the Old Southwest on the wings of love.
This is Charlena. Who is this again?
Nancy Drew?
Tell me about the trunk you found.
Well... the lock seems to have something to do with this image that's engraved on the trunk right above it.
Describe the image.
It's this kind of abstract design made up of H and AH.
EH would be Eldridge Humber, and AH would be Abigail Humber, Francis Humber's grandparents. The picture no doubt commemorates their wedding day, which was April 9th, 1811.
I'm gonna write that down. I was like, do I write that down? I should write that down. April 9th, 1811.
How will knowing that help me open the trunk?
You got me. In the course of my research, I've only read about the trunks Merrill and Eldridge Humber handcrafted. I've never actually opened one. However, I've Humber family and stashing them away for years. When I have enough tidbits stashed away, I may well write a book about them.
Then you'd probably be very interested to know what's in this trunk.
Yes, I would. And since I've helped you, or tried to, it's only fair that you help me, don't you think?
Sure, I'll keep you posted. Did I mention that I'm staying at Shadow Ranch?
This just gets better and better. I'll tell my assistant to put your calls through immediately. By the way, why are you so interested in the Humbers?
Knowing more about them and what happened in the past may help me figure out something that's going on in the present. I'm kind of a detective.
That makes two of us. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Hernandez.
Hi, are you the sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm staying at Shadow Ranch.
Oh, yeah, how's that doing?
It sounds like he's going to be okay.
Good, that's good. Only met him a couple of times, but I liked him. He and his wife, what's her name?
Bet, short for Elizabeth.
They seem real determined to make a go of that place. I like that. So, what can I do for you?
Did you hear about the phantom horse that showed up at Shadow Ranch last night?
Did you say phantom horse?
This glowing horse came galloping up outside, then went galloping away.
Glowing horse? Sounds to me like somebody's playing a joke. Friend of Shorty's, I'll bet, trying to get a rise out of him, and probably succeeding knowing Shorty.
Do you know most of the men who work at Shadow Ranch?
I know them all. That doesn't mean I'm best buddies with them, but it's a pretty small world out here.
Oh, I bet you it is. It sounds exactly like him.
And they're all stand-up guys, as far as you know?
I'd vouch for every single one of them.
I mean, like, yeah, no, it sounds, I mean, if it's not, it's his cousin. They sound very similar.
Thanks for your help.
My pleasure.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Ma'am?
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Have you ever met Mary Yazzie?
Course. Nice lady. I mean, for the most part. Gets real unfriendly when the subject of the Rowleys comes up.
Do you know anything about the piece of property she's been trying to buy from the Rowleys?
Well, I know she says she wants to buy it because she feels... I think she's got something up her sleeve. Oh, Nancy, it's great having you here. I mean, I like to talk, you know? I like to converse, to debate, to discuss.
You like to gossip, don't you?
More than anything. Which isn't a bad thing. People like you and I are fascinated by the human condition, that's all. So, who else do you want to talk about?
Nobody really. Well, I'd better get going.
Pleasure talking to you.
Nice. It is the same voice actor. I mean, just like their voices were very similar. So it is what it is. Nancy meets a lot of people though, so she wouldn't make a fuss about it. Alright, well I still need sticks.
Need something?
Talk to you later.
Yahoo.
Yeah, frickin' who. No, honestly, it's weird, but I think Tex is honestly my favorite person here. He's the most real. Just a guy doing his job. Alien Chen and Hana Carousel? Oh my god. Makes a lot of sense, honestly. Huh. Wow. It's crazy. Could not have guessed that he was Elliot Chen. So, I mean, voice actors are voice actors for a reason. They could do multiple voices.
It's a fire pit.
It's a fire pit? No way. Alright, so I still don't have enough sticks. Is that what you're telling me? So I
So
put
far,
this,
so good.
and that's not enough sticks.
I need more kindling.
Nancy. Alright, where can I find more kindling? I need some kindling. That would be sick and shit. Looking and I didn't see anything. Another part of me is like, I don't think I need the kindling to, like, to be able to go on the trails to find the amount of kindling that I needed. So it's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, I saw it! Ha! Okay. That's gonna be
So
enough,
far,
Nancy.
so
It's
good.
gonna be enough, Nancy. It's gonna be enough, Nancy.
That should do it.
Thank God.
There. One extremely well-built campfire, if I do say so myself.
I mean, I'm pretty impressed by that,
Great
Nancy.
looking fire, Nancy. Nice job.
Thank you. It's a fire, like, pit. But, thank you. I've never been so excited. Don't forget the water. I did get the water. I got the water. Water is filled. I'm on it. But also, I've never been more excited to see sticks before in my entire life. Like, oh my god. Seeing those sticks, like, made my heart skip a beat. I was like, sticks! Did your fire.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Come back soon.
You could be of assistance by being less creepy. You mind? Do you mind being a little less creepy, shorty? I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Okay. The same kind of holes as these guys, right? Shit. Can I put the coin here? Dang. Yeah, it's gonna represent some sort of time. That's why this says something's missing, right?
Something goes here.
So I'm still missing a piece, but I'm assuming it's the piece from the other chest. So that's cool. Okay, I guess I need to go back to the thingy. The thingy. Go back onto the horse.
Need something?
Talk to you later.
No hurry.
No hurry. Alright, well, going back on the horse. Thank you for being ever. You're a real one. You're a real one. You're a homies.
Come on, Bob.
Bob. Let's go, Bob. Bob, 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 Bob. Alright.
It was great talking to you.
Come in again.
Will do. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. I was like, maybe something will come to me. That's very true. Bob is the clutchest of the clutch. So I need to figure out what tuning forks. Okay, I need to get a rope. I'm gonna go back to Shadowridge. I need to get a rope. I need to get the chest open. I need to take the saddle off the horse. Take the saddle off the horse. Thank you. So what am I missing?
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
I feel like I'm supposed to trigger something, you know? Like, I feel like there's some, like, you know, there's stuff I need to do still, but there is something I could still be triggering. Like, how do I get to the next night? Yeah, I know. How do I get the trunk open, though?
Me again. What's the status of your plane?
Nobody'll tell us a thing. And now a bunch of really dark clouds are rolling in.
What's going on with you, Nan?
Peep the date. Okay, so I have the date. It's April 9th, 1811. But what does that have to do with twisties?
How about some hints?
Count us out.
We're too bored.
Our brains have grown weak and flaccid from lack of stimulation.
Try Frank and Joe. They're used to being bored.
There's a secret compartment at the back of the blanket chest in the den. Any hints as to how to open it?
Those 3 holes must be some kind of lock. Maybe you need to find 3 square-bottomed keys.
Figuring out which direction to turn each of them could be tricky, though.
Take your time, Nancy. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, the clock's not ticking on this one.
Yeah.
I'd love to see what's inside this old trunk at Mary's, but I need a hint when it comes to opening it.
Those 3 holes must be some kind of lock. Maybe you need to find 3 square-bottomed keys.
Figuring out which direction to turn each of them could be tricky, though.
Maybe that romantic hearts and doves design has something to do with it.
Let's see. Who could you call that would know something about things that are old and things that are romantic?
That's it for now.
2 words, Nancy.
Call us.
All right. Peeping the date. All right. It's fine. I'm fine. I will get this open because I am Nancy Drew. And I got this. There's so many steps to do things, though. It's not like the, Treasure in the Royal Tower. I'm literally just speed clicking one way or another. I'm like, I got this. Alright. Oh, Nancy.
Come on, Bob.
I am playing through all the Nancy Drew games. This is the 10th one. I did for Danger because I could not get that one to work on my computer, and I could not find a digital download for it, so that's the only one I have not done. But I did the Secrets Can Kill remastered, and then 3 through, now I'm here to 10, and I am planning on doing them all, so we're in for the long haul on this one. But I'm so far making good progress. Yeah, I know, that's why like they were gonna remaster it, but they just never got around to it, which is upsetting. But hey, Sparkly Good, it's not a competition. It is not a competition, but I'm just working my way. I'm just figuring it out one way on to the next. Next one, Scarlet Hands. That one took me the longest. That one took me 4 streams. I think it was a total of like 7, maybe 8 hours of gameplay. It was wild, but a lot of fun. I never actually played that one before, so like by myself. So that one was a fun one to go through. That's the truth. Okay, so do they always start off in the same position when I put them in? Like, do I just have to rotate them a certain amount of times? Okay, because like 4, 9, 18. Okay, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9 would be, you know, because that's 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 11.
I got the trunk open!
Great, thank you. Go ahead and take something from it. You deserve a reward.
Oh yeah, same. I'm definitely gonna do like a big like overview, like ranking them all once I figure out what I
If I want something else from the trunk, I should put back what I took before.
do. It makes me feel so wicked smart. No, but I was gonna say, oh yeah, no, like I'm definitely gonna like have a very deep, profound discussion about which Nancy Drew game I think is the best after.
If I want something else from the trunk, I should put back what I took before.
Okay, well I put it back and I don't know what I want. I know, I was so surprised when you told me that Secrets Can Kill was finicky about like what you like letting you speedrun it, because like that's like it makes sense, but still like I don't know, it feels like you should be able to, you know, speed. No, I'm definitely like I have my old favorites, like games that like when I was younger I really enjoyed. So playing through these again, like as an adult with like, you know, adult knowledge and understanding of things and like appreciating more of the historical elements than I once may have. Oh my god, that's wild.
How you open this? I wonder how you open this.
I don't know, Nancy, but you will figure it out. I believe in you. You know, actually, hold up. I didn't actually talk to her after I opened it.
Hi, can I help you with something?
It was great talking to you.
Oh, I mean, I was having a blast giving shit to the dialogue in Secrets Can Kill. Because, Jesus Christ, the way they talk about a dead kid is literally absolutely wild to me. So if there's even more shocking dialogue than that, I'm all about it. Another thing that's actually interesting to me is that Secrets Can Kill was remastered relatively early on, like all things considered. Like it was like, I mean, obviously it was remastered like about the halfway point, but it just...
Oh, I better put that back.
Happy birthday.
Oh my gosh, Jane Nash is Tex's sister.
Who is Jane Nash? Who's Jane Nash? I just remember, like, it being, like, an actual shooting. Like, I mean, I know there's a gun in the remaster, but, like, I remember it being, like, super scary. But I have a very big memory of the original ending. The roll top desk note. Oh. Okay. That's sketchy. Hey, so when your sister got fired,
Need something?
I understand you have a sister named Jane Nash.
So what if I do?
Did you know that she used to work for the Raleighs?
No, she didn't. What gave you that idea? Hey, you've been snooping, haven't you? In the Raleigh stuff? In my stuff?
I'm just very observant, that's all.
My business ain't none of your business. And that includes any sisters I may... I'm busy.
You're busy. I'm busy. I mean, I don't know if there's another way to approach that, but, like... Get called out, my guy. That's all I'm saying.
Hello, Nancy. Something I can do for you?
I'll let you get back to work.
Take care.
Take care now. Bye-bye. 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 Alright, Shorty, you like gossiping, right? You wanna gossip? Let's gossip. Spill some tea.
Miss Nancy, how may I be of service?
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger. I'll try my best not to be a stranger. Although I really want to be a stranger from you. Let's be real for a sec. Okay, let's call the Raleighs. Be like, hey, best friends. Non-aunt, non-uncle Raleighs.
Hello?
Hi, Aunt Bet. It's Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. It's Nancy.
I can hear, Bet.
I'll be in touch.
Call us anytime.
I mean, I just was. I guess I could call this Frank and Joe Hardy. I had not called the Hardy Boys yet. See what's up with them. Oh my god.
This time.
Excuse me?
Nancy, hi. Sorry, I thought you were somebody else.
Oh my god, no! Shorty is Loki, your favorite character in Nancy. Please be the human Shrek, and now I can't unsee that. Oh my god, that's so wild. He's like a human Shrek with a little soul patch. Oh man.
Who'd you think I was?
Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Frank.
I thought you were this guy we're doing some work for.
You guys are on a case? That's great.
No, it's not. Turns out the guy is a bit neurotic.
What do you mean?
He wants us to track down his missing laptop. He left it in a restaurant.
Only he keeps calling us.
Yeah, like every 2 minutes.
He's become a real nuisance.
Maybe you should just quit.
Can't.
Why not?
The guy's filthy rich, and if we find that laptop, he said he'd
Quit is, he's the son of our mother's best friend.
Yeah, if we quit, we'd never hear the end of it. Uh-oh, we've got another call.
Let him leave a message for the 9 millionth time. So Nancy, tell us about the ranch.
The Raleighs aren't here because Mr. Raleigh was bitten by a rattlesnake last night.
Whoa, how bad off is he?
He's still in the hospital, but they think he's going to be okay. And that's not all that happened last night.
We're listening.
Apparently, this glowing horse came running up to the ranch house, caused everybody to go rushing out to look, then went racing off into the night.
We get nut jobs who can't keep track of their computers. And what does Nancy get? Horses that glow in the dark. I mean,
I'm right with you, Joe. That is a bit ridiculous, considering that Nancy always gets the better cases than you when in a Nancy Drew game. How wild.
I found a locket watch in that old trunk at Mary Yazzie, but I don't know how to open it. Any hints?
lockets that look alike often open alike, if you'll pardon the blanket statement.
Bet you're glad to get that off your chest.
Catch you later.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Have I played Midnight in Salem? Yes. Yes, I have. Do I want to talk about it? We can. It's a little bit of a... it's a bit of a rough one, honestly. Midnight in Salem was a disappointment. Alright, if we're gonna do... Hold on. hold on, let's do this with the classic OG music in the background. Okay. Midnight in Salem was graphically amazing, considering where Nancy Drew came from. Mechanically, it was a mess. I mean, point and click has never been necessarily a refined science, but it was so particular and finicky about locations and where to go. I thought the mystery was... Yeah, like the story, that's what I'm about to say. The story, all the different, like, you know, places you could go, and it's, like, were pretty cool. I didn't quite like the parts where you played as the Hardy Boys, because I thought that part was a little bit, like, just a little touch and go. But yeah, no, the story was great. I like the characters. I mean, I hate Deirdre. Like, full disclosure, Deirdre bugs me. But, I don't know. It's just, like, it really is, like, I was so excited when they announced it after the last game. I'm like, oh my gosh, Midnight in Salem. I was kind of hoping for something that was going to be like Ghost of Thornton Hall, where it was going to be spooky. It was going to have, like, these horror elements, but, like, still be a solid Nancy Drew game. Changing the format so often that this, like, it got lost, and, like, all the mechanics are, like, you know, trying to, you know, be a little bit more finessey over, like, the items that you could look at, and, like, how you can, like, manipulate things, where, like, it just man, I, like, obviously, like, I like, when I'm playing through these all, I will play, like, reminds me of the Shadow Medallion, where, yeah, no, that Shadow Medallion is like, oh my god, you're finally gonna meet Sunny June, and it's like, it's gonna be so good, and then it was just like, ugh. No, like, honestly, like, my opinion, the last good one was the Ghost of Thornton Hall. But I don't really remember, the Midnight in Salem. I do remember that one not being bad, though. So I'm kind of interested to see that one again. But, like, the Shattered Medallion's rough. The Labyrinth of Lies was pretty rough. But I've only played these once, you know, and so, like, I'm hoping that, like, playing them all again, like, I will see, like, you know, either I'll like some more second time than I did the first time, but, see, I don't remember liking the Silent Spy. I remember the Silent Spy being kind of, like, one of those ones that, like, I kept getting stuck in, so I kind of, like, had to, like, more force my way through it than, like, enjoyed going through it, but I am wanting to play it again because I don't... Like, I played it when it first came out, so, like, I need to play it again now with, like, after seeing this all, you know, played through again and hopefully honing in my detective abilities, but that is my honest opinion. Again, this is all, like, you know, based off memory. I am excited to go back and see if my opinion changes at all. Because I also remember being really, the Tomb of the Lost Queen, I remember also being really thrown off by that one, because that one also was, like, the one where, like, the gameplay and, like, the overall look and everything changed so drastically that I was so thrown off by that. I also couldn't really enjoy that one as much, I feel like, when I first played it, so... where I'm at. But we'll see. Like I said, this is all, like, initial review. This is not yet my holistic review. Okay, so is this the same one? Like, is it... I mean, I don't think it would be the same thing, right? I'll try the same thing. This one I think has to do with time, though. Yeah. Phantom of Endless and the Deadly Devices are probably your favorites. Alright. I would say Ghost of Waverly is, as far as the... I have to kind of separate the newer ones and the older ones. So, like, as the newer ones go, I would say Ghost of Thornton Hall and Warnings at Waverly Academy. Out of the older ones, I would say Message in the Haunted Mansion and Curse of Blackmore Manor. So, like... I don't know. But Deadly Devices, man, that one's so tough. I'm actually legitimately scared playing that one again because I remember the puzzles killing me. Oh, the final scene's a classic. I mean, I really enjoyed playing the final scene, like, over again, but I don't know, this Message in the Haunted Mansion has this hold a special place in my heart. But honestly, replaying them all, there's been some that were, like, harder. Like, the Scarlet Hand was harder, and I also did have some moments when playing Ghost Dogs that I struggled through, but I mean, I still, like, enjoy them all. Even the Haunted Carousel, playing it all in one run-through, that was a lot of fun. You know, like, going into it knowing it was going to be an easier one was, like, you know, it was good. Okay, so I need to figure out the time that I need to do this in.
I wonder how you open this.
How do I figure out the time? How do I figure out the time?
That's not the right time. Must be broken.
Or it's exactly. Just gonna take a picture of this real fast. Oop, that's a selfie. And there we go. Okay. So that's 2 hands though. Huh. Huh. She's holding the watch, isn't she? How fascinating. Okay, ooh, so they are color coordinated. Hold up. Alright, so the red one is unknown. The green... Okay, hold up. Actually, hold on a second. Because the hands themselves aren't colored. Right? Like... I know. I still keep a journal of notes, but man, does my phone come in handy for some of those puzzles where you just have, like, it's like so much easier just to look at it. Drawing out, me and Sparkly Kiss were talking about this, because Sparkly Kiss, she's still an OG. Drawing out the images, honestly, mad respect, because I just do not have the patience for that. But yeah, no, like, drawing out the symbols. I mean, even if you look through my notebook, you can see on Treasure in the Royal Tower, I was drawing out some images too. Because this is so fun, but like, when it comes to things like this, it's just so much easier just to look at it. So where, okay, and also, like, I feel like I am still missing a piece here, so...
I wonder how you open this.
That is an excellent question, Nancy. Dun, 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 dun. I am confused. There's no way any of the cowboys on the ranch could be up to no good. Does this make Mazzy's my prime suspect, or does it make the sheriff suspect? Was probably made by friends got married. Just trying to see if she wrote anything that might be helpful. That lady again. Maybe she has like a time thing I can Oop, I did not mean to call them the Hardy Boys. Whoops. Misstyle.
Now what?
Hi, Frank.
Nancy! What a relief.
I can't tell if you're happy to be talking to me or just happy not to be talking to laptop guy.
To be honest, it's a little of both.
He calls every 3.25 minutes. You can set your watch by him.
But the good news is, he's being so obnoxious that we're working faster than we've ever worked before.
We're going to solve this case in record time.
Like they say, every cloud has a silver lining.
Uh-oh. Incoming call. Think it's
him.
Want me to hang up?
No.
He can leave a message.
So what's going on there?
There's a secret compartment at the back of the blanket chest in the den. Any hints as to how to open it?
Well, those 3 holes suggest you're going to need 3 square bottom keys. Find them, stick them in.
Then look to Father Time for direction.
Catch you later.
Sounds good.
Bye.
I know it's time related. Again, I did not mean to call you. I'm trying to figure out what time it is I am needing.
Thank you for holding, and thank you for calling the office of Charlene Purcell. Miss Purcell's latest novel, Like Wind Through My Heart, was an instant bestseller, and like...
Alright, Nancy. Alright. So apparently, I have all the pieces to this puzzle that I need. Apparently. Do I feel like I have all the pieces to the puzzle? No. Oh my gosh, okay. Look to Father Time for directions. I am looking to Father Time. Grant me clarity. What do you mean? What do you... So I looked to Father Time, everybody, and what I've learned... Nothing. I mean, is it 4:45 or is it 3:45? You know, honestly, it's kind of hard to tell because, like, if it was... It should be more over here. If it was almost 5. But it also shouldn't be that close to the... Now I'm confusing myself. Now I'm just deeply, deeply confused. What am I missing? Francis Humber, help. Yes. Will I try to find the answer for a little bit longer? Yes. This one's a lot easier than you think it would be. You just have to take your time. I appreciate the time references, but what is the time that I'm needing it to get to? What time is it? Feel the fire. About that time. Oh god, I'm obviously missing something that's so obvious, and it's so painful. Shelf this puzzle for later since you don't have. Okay, so is it the clock on the? Is it the clock on the shelf? Is it this? Is it this thing? Is it this clock? Is it this clock that I? Hold up. I was right. Oh my god. I am literally... Because there's only 2 hands. Color me surprised. Okay, what... I see the colors. I see that they're colors. But like, what? It hurts me. I really have a colorful personality. Okay, okay. I get it, guys. I get it. I'm an idiot. It's fine. It's fine. I'm putting way too much thought into this. And I'm paying attention to the hands of the clock and not the actual clock itself. fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Yellow is 7. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my god, that was painful for everybody involved. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Well. Well.
I wonder how you open this.
Probably the same way you open this thingy is what I've been told. Okay. Well.
This doesn't look like it was ever opened.
Okay. Whew.
As usual, things did not work out like I planned. Just when I get everything fixed just right for you to go looking for the thing I hid for you, I go and get myself arrested. But no matter what you hear, nothing is gonna happen to me. I will be fine and we will be together soon, I promise. Meanwhile, you can keep busy by looking for what I hid. Start by using this piece of paper to mark where all the rock pictures are. They will tell you what to do next. Your favorite flowers and the flowers on your favorites, start keeping them in mind too. I will leave a message for you in this here cell, just in case weed or something. As usual, things did not. I like vexing your brain, because when you are thinking real hard, like when you're playing the piano, you are more beautiful than anything in the world. I am sure to be out of here before you find my treasure, but in case I am not, know that it is all yours, and that you are more precious to me than 10,000 treasures put together. 9, 12, 15, 22, 5, 25, 15, 21. Dirk. P.S. I do not and never will hold what your father did to me against you.
Oh, it's so romantic. Oh my god, you're fine. You're fine. It's fine. Obviously, I'm fine. This letter is so cute, though, and I'm so glad it was read in his voice and I didn't have to read it with my scratchy-ass voice. I know, your lucky numbers are! Like, yeah, what are those numbers, my dude? My guy. I will take a picture of those numbers. Actually, you know what? No. I'm not lazy. I will write down those numbers. I'm gonna write down my lucky numbers. There's 2 number 15s, guys. Don't know what that means, but we'll take it. Okay. Cool. He's not taking what her father did against her. Okay, Merrill Humber. I like how the E's backwards.
July 4th, 1882. Got sworn in as sheriff. It was the 4th, so it's like all them celebrations was for me. Which of course they weren't. Francis thought up a song and played it on the piano for me. I forget how it went, but it was purty. I'm lucky to have her for a daughter. Hereford Shoop come by with a plant he brung from New York, which he calls Harrison's Yellow. Look, just planted it out back and give it some water, and already it looks to be on the mend. She's 17 and can read and write good and knows her numbers. Hereford's thinking to marry her, but I said she ain't of that mind yet.
Also, I mean, you had the right E here. Like, it was, you have right here and then backwards here. In the same word. That's fine.
Hereford Shoop come by with a plant he brung from New York. March 30th, Francis has got eyes for a young man named Dirk. She says he's from Prescott. Cappy says when she plays the piano, this Dirk makes everyone... Never seen her smile like she smiles now. I told her to bring him to the ranch for dinner, but she says he won't come because he is too shy. I wonder if that is the truth. Got a letter from the sheriff over in Phoenix about this Dirk Valentine, who's wanted for robbing 2 banks in a stagecoach. The picture with the letter looked just like Dirk, who Francis is sweet on. When I showed her the picture, she got tearful and run off. Now, Dirk is gone, and she won't say nothing about where he went. August 2nd, 1883. Dirk Valentine is robbing banks and coaches and trains all over the territory. Francis says he never ever shoots his gun and only steals from people that... But that ain't true, because some of them trains he robbed was carrying money, meant to pay miners their hard-earned wages. He is nothing but a no-good, greedy outlaw. But Francis gets real mad when I say that. I fear she is still sweet on him, that she sees him when she knows I am busy, and gets letters from him which she hides from me. Got hold of a note Francis sent to Dirk and saw where they was going to meet. So I got a posse and we caught Dirk, and now he's in jail. The judge is coming next week, and I hear he is a hanging judge, so Dirk most likely ain't long for this world. Francis won't say nothing to me no more and says she never will again. September 13th, 1883. And got hold of and give to me. I locked it up so she won't ever read it. Francis ain't allowed to see Dirk in jail, of course, and if she never sees his letter, maybe she will think he don't like her no more, and maybe she will stop liking him. Francis's ma would have knowed what to do better than me. I wish she was still alive. Francis took Brownie in my big saddlebag, and they hung Dirk at noon. I thought I would be glad, but I ain't. Francis took Brownie in my big saddlebag and is gone. She ain't told no one where she's going, not even Cappy. But I know she will forget Dirk, and when she does, she will come home because she's a smart gal and will figure out that I did what I'd done for her. January 4th, 1884. My sister says her little girl Ellie got a letter that said Francis went east and was not of a mind to ever return. I hope this ain't the truth, because I miss her something awful. The Harrison's yellow, which Francis said was her favorite flower in the world, is just a pile of brown sticks now. I don't know how to look after delicate things like that, so it is my fault that he died.
This is so sad.
I ain't seen or heard from Francis in a year. I tell people she's on her way home, but when I look in my heart, I know this is a lie. She'll never come back to Shadow Ranch, and it is my fault. I'll just have to find a way to live with it.
That is so sad. And he kept the letter from her. But no matter what you hear, nothing is going to happen to me. We will be fine, and we will be together soon, I promise. Oh. Oh. Oh, this hurts. This hurts my heart. Oh, that was so sad and so sweet. Shit. Alright, well, here's the deal. I have a promise to my sister that I have to uphold, that we were going to watch, and do not judge me for this, the season finale of The Bachelor in Paradise. Now, this is important stuff, and I cannot neglect sister responsibilities. So, I am going to end stream now, in this very heartbreaking moment where we really sad journal and I feel terrible. But I do appreciate all of you guys' help, especially watching me struggle. Exactly. Exactly. I am Jasper's social media manager, and this is a job that cannot be neglected, and if I do not uphold my sister obligations, this will be terrible, and I will not be able to do that any longer. So, I have to do what I have to do. But thank you for bearing with me as I struggle my way through puzzles and branch hand responsibilities. I will play this again soon. My guess is, if not tomorrow, then Friday. I have had a little bit more of an open schedule this week, so we'll see. But yes, thank you again for your help, everybody. I appreciate all your advice and the good conversations. And before I go, is there anybody available in the rating universe? Is there anybody live? Is there anybody who's cool? Cool and Nancy Drew filled, maybe. Let's see. Not looking like it. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Usually, oh, that's so sad. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. Maybe? Oh my god, okay. Yes. Somebody's playing Curse of Blackmore Manor. We stand this. Of course, I will not be sticking around long because even though it's one of the games I've played the most, I do not want any spoilers before I go into this. So I'm going to send you all to the streamer and we will be on our way. But I hope you all had a great time and let's raid them. Yes, we are going to her. Yeah, that's exactly who we're going to. Oh my god, yes. So, let us begin this raid. Thank you all for coming in. And, yeah, have a great rest of your night, early morning. I hope it's not early morning for some of you guys. But, yeah. Goodbye. See you next time.